So I'm back and had some more great finds at the flea markets and a couple yard sales. But to get started, there's not a whole lot of vintage Star Wars stuff here, but one thing I did get was this nice 12-inch Princess Leia. Not a big 12-inch collector, but, you know, not going to turn down them when I see them. She's missing all of her parts. She's missing the plastic bands for her honey bun hair. But she did have her stockings and her belt, so I'm just missing the comb, the bits for her hair, and her shoes. But, you know, her gown needs a little wash, but she's in pretty good shape. She's got all her hair here. And the other end of the spectrum, not Star Wars, but Star Trek, I got a nice Mego Spock. I say nice in quotes because, as you can see here, he came apart. The rubber bands that were holding his legs on have broken apart. I still need to look up on the internet how to fix the Mego dolls. I'm assuming you can probably get a O-ring and put it in there and fix them, but I need to see the directions. But I got him because you know, he was $3, and he came with his phaser and his belt, which I have one of him that is put together. But it was missing his accessories. And it looks like he has a little hook. That's not part of him. Bonus piece of... Oh, you know what? This is probably for his leg. So I'm guessing. Put him together. But anyway, yeah. So I got him basically for the accessories. So I paid $3 for Spock's accessories and little pieces of him. Got some modern figures that were in the package. Got the Ulan Salacious Crumb. I got this because I broke down and I ordered the barge, so I need duplicate figures to put in the barge, so that's probably where they are going to end up being. Got a decent Mara Jade. Not as good as the Black Series figure of her, but she's looks pretty good. Card shape, little wear around it, but decent. So, you know, it's a garage sale item. Jodocast, I didn't have him. Debating whether to rip him out of the package or trade someone to get this loose, because, you know, I'm a loose collector, so it's kind of a shame to rip him out of the package, but I will if I need to, because, you know, fair price. Got a Han Solo. I don't have the correct version for the Legacy Falcon, so this guy's going to go in there and he's going to fit reasonably well, I would think. So I'm still looking for the Falcon version of him, but he's going to do good. And a nice little Leia Hoth. You know, the Power of the Force cards, I know everyone gives them a hard time because most of the figures look like crap, but some of them are actually decent. I mean, she looks pretty good. Comes with the freeze frame. So that's pretty it for the carded Star Wars. You can see here I got a couple Jurassic Park figures. Clive Van Owen and Timmy. They don't look at all like the figures on the movie, but, you know, yard sale pickups. These, I need to wash them because they're still covered in sand because they're apparently stuck in someone's sandbox for a long time and dug out just to be put in the yard sale. Kind of cool figures. And picked this stuff up just today at the flea market. Bunch of loose modern figures. Do not know all their names. Don't know this guy's name. But, you know, complete with his gun. This one is one I didn't have, so I picked him up. A lot of these I had, but I picked up because I'm a parts hoarder. So whenever I see all these parts, I pick them up because you never know what you're going to need in the future. But here we have an X-Wing pilot. I'm not sure if this is Dax. This little chin guard is ripped from taking his helmet off, but it's not bad. It doesn't look like Dax, so I'm not sure who this is. I have to look him up, but, you know, I like all the pilot figures. So, he's cool. I believe this is Oddball. So, nice little clone pilot. TIE Fighter pilot. Yeah, this has got to be Rex. So, pretty good shape with his helmet there. I forget these. One of the guys that worked on Mustafar. Don't remember the name of this one. Have to look it up. Much better with the old guys. Got a Chewbacca. Got looks to be the vintage collection. Well, you know what? It's not actually the vintage collection, but it's one of the Luke Skywalker Hoths. You can see his face is bloody from being beat up by the Wampa. So good looking figure. It's not the vintage collection since it's not posable, but it's still a nice looking figure. Got a little Yoda, a couple R2s. This one looks like he was meant to shoot a lightsaber hilt out. And this one, really good shape. I'll have to look up to see what series he was in, because he's a rather plain version of R2, but still a nice one. A clicky head. And then all these pieces and parts. I picked up the stands. I never really display action figures with the stands, but I always pick up the stands. And then the accessories that went with some of the figures, because like I said, this is Chewbacca's gun, and we have Yoda's lightsaber and Luke's lightsaber, but a lot of these weapons, I guess here's there we go, they go on this R2, but some of these weapons there weren't figures for, so to imagine whoever brought these to the flea market, they still have figures at home because they have some weapons for figures that aren't here. That or someone bought figures and didn't take the weapons. I can't imagine that, because I would never turn down picking up weapons, because you never know when you're going to need them. Okay, and at the flea market last week, I actually paid $5 early to get into the early bird price, which I normally don't do because I'm cheap. But I paid the $5 and was able to find a few things that I probably wouldn't have found if I waited till the 9 o'clock time to get in. This is the guy from Dune. Again, I'm not good with remembering names right now, but he hung around with Sting. So I had the Sting action figure, whose name in the movie I don't remember, but it's Sting in his flying underwear. But you know, cool Dune figure. If I could find the Baron, that would be cool. But you know, I picked these up for a couple bucks. And there we go. A couple more modern Star Wars figures. I have Darth Vane here. He's missing his accessories and everything, but you know, I didn't have him before, and now I do. Just have to find his lightsaber at some point. Got a clone trooper. Got a figure from Battlestar Galactica. Missing his net, and as you can see, he's got paint on him. I'll have to see if I can clean that off with a little rubbing alcohol. But I don't know, for whatever reason I always pick these guys up. They just look so weird and cool. This is a Crystalware or Crystal something. Rimco action figure. From, it's gotta be the early 80s. 82. Never collected this, don't know much about him. Just know they exist, but he came in the lot with everything else here. Got a modern Palpatine. One of the very few vintage figures I got, which is of course another Boba Fett, because I don't know, I don't like Boba Fett, so I always find Boba Fett, so here he is. Yet another Boba Fett. This one's pretty worn, he's kind of sticky, needs a bath, but not too bad for people who like Boba Fett. And there we go, I got Princess Leia too. She's a little bit yellowed, no cape or everything, some paint rub on her hands, and she's missing her eye, but still, you know, Star Wars figure, gotta pick them up. This, I have no idea what this goes to. My guess would have been something turtle related. Let's see, 89, so yeah, very well could be Mutant Ninja Turtle related, but I have no idea. So if anyone knows what the little chair with the wobbly legs is, let me know. A couple of the preschool figures. Got a shark on him. Preschool driver. Not sure what he is. Tonka racing thing. And as you can see here, I got a lot of G.I. Joes. Oh, look, another, got a little modern figure, one of the First Order troopers. Oh, and a vintage Luke. Nose rubbed off. You know, paint on off the hands, but came in a lot. Nice to have him. Got a nice Spirit of Obi-Wan. Oh. To go with the other Jurassic Park figures, I got a nice Jeff Goldblum figure. So he's probably better shape than Jeff Goldblum has ever actually been in, so it's kind of nice figure. I'm sure Jeff Goldblum would appreciate this. Got a nice early Joker figure, which had to be from the DC comic figures around that time, the Superpower figure line, I think. That's what I'm imagining he came from. This guy, who I forget offhand, but I know he's supposed to have wings and a weapon. LEG says in the back of him. Another play school dude. He is, that's a G.I. Joe, I think. There's another one in here that yeah. I don't know all the G.I. Joe people, I just stuck them up. Oh, this is the one I was looking for. He's kind of Mad Max guy. Steel wires or something like that. Really wobbly, as you can see. I don't remember this toy line at all, but got a nice figure for him. Got a piece of the Ewok village. Someone apparently didn't like fire and blacked it all out. But still, you know, piece of the Ewok village. And then all these G.I. Joes. Oh, and one mask figure, which is surely Matt Tracker, because they're all Matt Tracker. That's what I've learned. This is apparently his accessory pack. So, these are in really nice shape. I don't do mask. I don't know anything about mask other than half the figures are Matt Tracker. Okay, now back to the G.I. Joe. Keep getting distracted. But yeah, I got tons of these little G.I. Joe figures. This is what initially, I saw the pile of these and I saw Boba Fett on top of them and made a good deal for all these figures. Okay, recording cut out. So back to the G.I. Joe figures. Picked all these up in one big lot with the other figures. Not a G.I. Joe collector, but you know, they're cool figures and a lot of people collect them, so I picked them up. As you can see, a lot of them have fallen apart. The O-rings have broken. This guy's missing their legs. I matched them up as best as I could, but I think some are still mismatched. Some have accessories. Yeah, he's got his stuff, but these are very easy to fix with the O-rings. But I think I got some good figures in here. They do, you know, for a Star Wars collector, I mean, you know, I don't collect these, but some of them look kind of neat. It's got a little, I don't know, this one reminded me of Wolverine, so picked him up. Little Cobra dudes. Little astronaut dude, I'm pretty sure he probably had a helmet. Another little Cobra guy, but like I said, they're all, not all of them, but half of them, the O-rings are broken, so, but still. Got them for a very good price. Some of them have weapons, which I'm not sure go with them. I'll have to match them up. You know, backpack for someone, which I think this is G.I. Joe, but I'm not entirely sure. But it was thrown in here with the other stuff. Got the Cobra Commander here. He's really cool. I'll have to look up to see what kind of O-ring fixes them. Sure if I should put them together to get rid of them or just let someone else fix them, but be nice to see some of them actually put together, not in pieces. Got a whole lot. I don't remember this guy from the cartoon at all. Remember this guy, he's one of the twins. I couldn't tell you which one he is, but yeah, the figures are in good shape for the most part, except for the ones with the O-rings that have broken. But little samurai dude. Yeah, he's floppy. Somebody's legs that I apparently didn't match up. Here they're his. Just need a torso to go with them. Oh, I have two astronaut dudes. Whew. Didn't even notice that. Another guy with a metallic head. got a my only vintage Star Wars weapon thrown in there, which is funny because this is, you know, I found a Luke, a Leia, and a Boba Fett, and this weapon goes to none of them. Ooh, and this guy's Shipwreck. Wish he had his parrot, but he's kind of cool. They're mystery G.I. Joe. A lot of mystery G.I. Joe people. Oh. That's that guy's torso. I got a little hawk. Nice G.I. Joe accessory. Yeah, so lots of pieces. I'm thinking there's probably, I don't know, about 40 G.I. Joe figures here. A little hat. I think this goes with the G.I. Joe, but I'm not entirely sure. Got a Destro. Know him. She's one of the swamp people. Don't know her name. Not real good with the G.I. Joes. I'm not sure. This can't be G.I. Joe. This got to be one of the Play School people. Not sure what series she's from. Little Screwdriver. It's always nice when you get a mix of stuff in here. And then I have a bunch of G.I. Joe, I'm presuming G.I. Joe accessories. So I have to look online for a reference guide to match them up because I know nothing about G.I. Joe figures. So, but this was a very good find at the flea market, which I normally don't go to. Let me clear these things off, and I have one more find that I made, which is probably the coolest one yet. So I saved the best for last, and here I'm having a little problem fitting him in the frame because he's so big. I had to separate him from the other figures because he was scaring them. But this guy I picked up at the Wednesday flea market. I was very lucky. I live near the coast, so we get marine layer that's really heavy in the morning, so it makes things wet. A lot of sellers weren't putting out their stuff because they didn't want it to get wet. This guy, I got here to the flea market not too early, came out and he was setting this stuff up, asked him how much this thing was, and forked over money really quick. And then when I was done going through the flea market and coming back, the guy was putting all of his stuff away, apparently giving up for the day. So really happy to find this guy. As you can see, the box is pretty crappy shape, really. I mean, it's worn. The guy said it was in his garage forever, which it looks like it. But it still is a box. So even though it's worn and kind of crappy, it's still there. It's got the top part, but like I said, it's in pieces. There's no instructions or anything, but you know, it's still a box. It's still nice. This guy is just awesome. I've wanted to find one of these for a while, and you know, just haven't found it because they're expensive and I'm cheap. So I never found one at the garage sale or flea market. Happened upon this guy. You know, saw him from the box from a distance, headed over there. Wasn't sure if he had his dome at first because I couldn't see, but I was going to buy him no matter what. The dome was luckily sitting in the bottom of the box. It's a bit dirty, but it's still there, and he's a bit dirty. You can see he needs some cleaning. He's got some scuffs on him, but the teeth are still nice and in their chrome. The limbs are still attached because these, like all the other toys, have the O-rings that break. So his not real tight, as you can see here, but still attached. So really awesome. And still has a little mouth that pops out. And how awesome is that? So he's dusty and a little bit dirty. His tail is a little loose, which, you know, go figure. It's been like 40 years, 30 years. But really awesome action figure. He's going to be in my collection for a little while because I can't bear to get rid of him because he's too cool looking. Just got to clean him up and then figure out how to protect the box because it's pretty much trashed. So this is it for my finds for the last month or so, and hopefully I'll keep finding stuff and, you know, keep hunting.